going on? What's going on, man? I appreciate everybody being patient, everybody joining on. What's going on, Griff? What's going on, Christopher? What's going on, Bernard? Man, what's going on, Ariel? What
Doing
else
what?
I got on? What's going on? Let's Cam Design. What's going on, Zachariah? We got Jasmine Hill on. Got a lot of great creators on, like always, actually. Um, Man, shout out to the whole team, man, for always holding us down, always, you know, sharing complete knowledge with everybody. Uh, I just want to make sure everybody hear me. So make sure you guys blow that chat room up. Uh, put the thumbs up if you can hear me. And while you at it, post your websites, any social medias that you guys may have as well. And I'll give you guys a little bit of time to do that. Again, if you guys can hear me, make sure you put the thumbs up. And make sure you guys post your websites, any social media. If you've been on the last few weeks, you already know how this go. It's all about connecting. It's all about really networking. So I just want to make sure everybody, is equipped to actually do that. So again, if you can hear me, make sure you guys put the thumbs up in the chat so I can make sure we're not having any audio problems, and then we can go from there. I really just want to, thank everybody for, hopping on another seminar. I know everybody got a busy schedule, and we're always on showing love and really networking and building real relationships, and that's pretty much what this whole thing is about. So again, if you haven't got a chance, make sure you post your websites, make sure you post your social medias, and not only post, make sure you follow somebody else's social media. Make sure you log into somebody else's website, so we can make sure we connected, make sure we interacting as well. So real quick, I just want to shout out Forever Lens Photography, man. We've been doing a lot of great things really in this last year and a half since I've been in Atlanta. Permanently, and since we moved our headquarters to Atlanta. So, I just want to shout them out, and as well as Lex Cam Design. She been rocking with me, really from back from home, Detroit, Michigan, for a minute. And then we actually have Florida on the line, and Cali. We got New York on the line. We got a little bit of everything. So I just really want to thank all of you guys for hopping on once again. Real quick, do I have Jasmine on?
Hello, hello, hello. She's here. Hey, everyone. How are you?
What's going on, superstar?
How are you? Nothing much. Working on a couple of things, getting everything in order. Loving this seminar. Ready to take on all the knowledge that I absolutely can.
Most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. I've been trying to get you on for a minute. I know you've been busy. Life been hitting you. Tell the people a little bit about yourself and your background, and a little bit about your brand.
Alrighty, well, my name is Jasmine Hill. I originally met Dee working with Walk Fashion. Backstage, I conduct and help with the fashion shows, keeping everything in order, making sure that the models are on cue and line, ready to go. The designers are lined up, everything is organized. I even host from time to time. I absolutely love it. Being on stage, introducing the models, expressing the many, you know, talents and different things that I have on stage. So hosting, I am an actress as well. What else have we done? We got a lot going on.
Yeah,
So,
definitely
just
a
keep
lot going
everything
on.
in order.
So,
Embellish Me has been taken off the ground.
so tell the people a little bit about that, and what type of services that brand offers.
Well, Embellish Me launched after I launched Children of Nazareth. And Children of Nazareth is our youth outreach organization. Within that youth outreach organization, we take the youth that have mental illness, depression, things of that nature, and we just love on them as, parents should.
Right.
Helping them open up businesses, helping them embellish their talents if they have a talent in a certain arena. Like I have one young lady She's a model. I send her everywhere that Walk Fashion can go. We have artists. We have music. Oh my gosh, this little girl, Anijah, can sing so beautifully. We just have many different children and their many talents, and helping them actually launch and get out there, and them knowing how to express themselves and how to present themselves is very, very important to us. Teaching them proper business etiquette and how to conduct themselves when they're out. So just a mentoring group. Embellish Me. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So Embellish Me is very broad.
So, real quick, what's the age limits or the age range of this organization?
Well, right now we age range between 5 and 17. So our oldest member that we have of the group is 17. His name is Anthony. And our youngest is 5 years old. Her name is Kylie. So, and we're always looking for different sponsors to go ahead and help those kids. If they have projects that they're working on, they may need some additional help. Like we have Nija, the singer. She's an artist as well. She needs art sets. So just different sponsors to talk to them, encourage them, and help them stay up to date on
Right,
what they have in order to get to the next level.
right. And I mean, real quick, just give the people a little background on, why you decided to, kind of step in and help the youth out and, really step into that field.
Because I hear a lot of people complaining in regards to, oh, ain't no good men in the world. I know you heard women say that all the time, and I absolutely hate it when they say that. Well, get one and raise one. Teach one. Guide that young man. Show him. These young girls, oh, she's so promiscuous. She's so bad. Grab them and love them. Teach them something. Embellish their lives. So it's not about the judgmental part of it. It's about the teaching and learning and the growing. I've always worked with kids and students and stuff like that. So my passion has always been with the babies. If we can nurture these babies' minds and help them go on the right path, then that's life right there.
That's dope. That's dope. So, one more question for you, because I know I've been really running into a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of different brands who, been reaching and coming into some hardships in the last couple of months and really been having to adapt. What's some of the ways that you and your brand really been adapting in the last 3 months?
You know what? Me and my brand, we have been so blessed. We have not had to we haven't had to adapt to anything. We have actually received more donations and blessings
Okay.
within the COVID-19 era. And
Right.
it's it's just amazing. We opened up an online store for one of the young ladies. And
Okay.
within that online store, instead of people, and we thought it was silly at first. We was like, girl, why are you putting tissue and sanitizer on your,
Right.
and this was in the beginning, back in January, before all this stuff even started to really hit the fan,
Mm,
like late December, early, and why are you, so this baby has a store online. She's a vendor through AliExpress.
that's
This
dope.
baby has paid her father's rent during the COVID-19 era off of an online website
That's super.
that she had created when she first got into Embellish Me. Embellish Me has received so many blessings till it's not even funny. We can't even count the ways God has been beyond amazing to Embellish Me during this COVID-19 era. We have been able to donate some things to the shelters. Um, Giving out blankets and we had overstock on some tissues and sanitizers. So after selling it and putting the Wiseman logos on masks, my cousin, he plays for Wiseman. So after doing the logos and things of that nature, we were able to go ahead and donate something. So God is, everything has been blessed. Everything has been on the up and up.
That's super dope. That's super dope, man. That's actually motivational. I really love to see different brands take the time out to reach back to the youth and Because I feel like, at the end of the day, that's the future, so we definitely got to make sure we reach back, and make sure that we be role models. So I definitely want to commend you for, being a perfect role model, especially in this industry, where, like you said, there's a lot of negativity, and a lot of negative role models that's being looked up to. So I definitely want to commend you on that. And I definitely want to, thank you for hopping on, and I hope you stick around, for, more information. And, make sure you post your Instagram, and make sure you post all of your social medias and your website in
Of
that chat,
course, of
so,
course.
different people can connect with you. And if anybody have any questions or concerns, for Jasmine, you just make sure you guys tap in with this, so we can give you the floor. This seminar is all about connecting, so you guys make sure you guys, don't be shy. Make sure you guys connect. What do you have coming up, Jasmine, real quick for the people?
Real quick, coming up. Um, Behind the Fabric magazine, they have brand events coming up down here in South Florida, and I want you guys to go ahead and take a look at them. You can catch them on Instagram at Behind the Fabric. We have a couple of interviews coming up with them, so I have to go ahead and get ready with that, and that's going to be in regards to walk fashion. Just my perspective on fashion, you know, the panel, what's out, what's coming up, stuff like that. So y'all really got to check it out. Like y'all,
So real
Behind the
quick,
Fabric, that's my interview that's getting ready to come up.
I got Christopher. He actually asked, where are you located?
I'm located in Miami, Florida.
Miami. We actually, and we was actually just talking about this. We actually putting together a couple things so we can migrate to Miami real quick.
Yeah.
Get some time on the beach, and definitely get some work in. Our Miami team been itching for us to come back, and get back in motion. So we definitely gonna do that. So I'm definitely excited about that. So make sure you guys, if you guys want to come to Miami with us, make sure you guys contact me directly ASAP. So we can, just get arrangements set up, and then just make it happen. Thank you again, Jasmine, for hopping on, man. That was definitely inspirational. A lot of great information, a lot of great energy. I definitely, you always got our support at Exclusive Models Magazine, but I definitely, suggest everybody support, what you have, going on. So again, I want to thank you again for hopping on. Definitely stick around. Real quick, I want to shout out Stars, and I want to shout out P Valley. They actually been doing a great job with all of the promo for our upcoming TV show, P Valley, that's going to be dropping on Stars. Very, very soon, next month, actually, July 12th. So we're actually going to be doing a premiere in the Atlanta, Georgia area. So if you actually want to participate in that premiere, or you want to experience it, come out and support, let me know so we can RSVP you. And again, I want to thank every single one of you guys, for hopping on. We always having productive, uh, seminars, and I really want to thank everybody who's been logging in and checking out our recap videos for the last 8 weeks as well. We've been getting a lot of great feedback, a lot of positive feedback, from the information that we've been sharing with a lot of people. And, not just the feedback, we've been getting a lot of great results. A lot of people been investing in stocks. A lot of people been taking the next step to restore their credit. We have a lot of people who have more information about what's going on out here as far as just the economy, and everything as far as health, beauty, fitness, and even education. We've been spreading a lot of education and a lot of awareness. So I just really want to commend our community for continuing on doing that, and continuing on spreading, and doing something positive, and making it cool to do something positive, because as you all know, we all still have fun. We still turn up. Exclusive Models Magazine next magazine issue is going to be dropping in the next month. So we have a lot of fun. We got a lot of hot content that's going to be coming out. And we actually got a lot of boutiques and a lot of locations where you can actually rent out for any events or activities for yourself. We do a lot of pop-up shops and different things like that. We actually have a pop-up shop this weekend at our Atlanta location. The Sexy Stoners pop-up shop is Saturday, starting at 10 p.m. And then we have the Artisan Trap Music Sunday, starting at 2 p.m. So if you're going to be in the Atlanta area, make sure you contact me so we can get you RSVP for that. And as well as if you're still staying at home, if you're still doing your quarantine things, we still have online platforms as well as our seminars every week. We have hard work pay the bills, fitness webinars. We have YS at home photo shoot contests that you guys can participate in. And then we also have our our vision board contest that we have as well that you could do from home. So make sure you guys submit those vision boards. And then, if you're coming out, if you're in those areas where, you're practicing safety, you're coming out with those masks and those gloves and just practicing social distancing, you can also, book your private sessions with Real Deal Productions. They Real Deal Productions actually have some vocal deals going on, along as well as they actually have a brand new mobile photo shoot booth. So make sure you guys contact us if you guys want to actually book with us or book your private session, or even if you want to, even if you're on the actual media side and you actually just want to sit in on one of our sessions and intern for us, or collaborate with us. We're always working with different crew members and photographers, videographers, different things like that. So make sure you contact us. And then actually, like I said, then we're actually going to be dropping this next issue by the end of next month. So the deadlines for any submissions is actually coming up. So make sure you guys have your submissions in. Make sure you guys get with us to make sure any bios or any interviews that you have scheduled is done and completed ASAP, so we can get that submitted. So we can make sure we just can include everybody because it's going to be a great issue. As we're going to campaign it and go hard. Even though everything is locked out, even though we had to postpone our tour, but we're still moving around. We're still active in some locations and some markets. So we'll pretty much send out another update, and make sure you guys are getting those updates via email as well. We send out emails every single week if you're on that mailing list, and if you're not, make sure you guys register through our digital brochure. Um, Real quick, do I still have Jasmine Davis on the line?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Jasmine.
Hey, D.
We got two great Jasmines on the line. So real quick, because I've been trying to get you on for a minute, to talk about, really just talk about the beauty aspect of it, because I know you, first, we met, on that runway, I know you model, but I know your biggest passion is the makeup and the styling. So I just really want to give you the opportunity to kind of give the people a little background about your business and your brand.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is Jasmine Davis. I'm the CEO of 21 Shades of Beauty, 21 Slade. I basically do makeup. I love to do makeup. I'm perfecting my craft each and every day when I have time for it. But lately, I haven't really had too much time for my makeup. But I've been like sort of kind of investing in it in the kind of way with like just buying more makeup products and just educating myself on skincare. I feel like skincare is the biggest problem that a lot of people don't do before makeup artists do makeup, making sure that their client face is, moisturized and stuff. And that's one thing that I also want to do. I've been working on skincare treatment and oils, so that will be coming soon as well. But for right now, I'm just a makeup artist. I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia. and I travel. But like I said, lately, I haven't really been on my makeup stuff that much because I've been working and stuff with COVID. But
Yeah.
like I said, I've been investing in it. So I got, more makeup supplies and stuff. And I've been doing my research with this skincare routine that I'm trying to make. Well, skincare line that I'm trying to make.
What we could do is, and what we talked about before is doing a tutorial. I think that'd be great. What we could put out, for the people later on, to kind of give them a more visual on what you're talking about, and you can give them a full walkthrough. And
Yes, that would
kind
be
of,
great. That would be great. I
yeah,
have
that'd
all
be
my
great.
supplies and
Real quick,
like,
if you can, just post your social media and any websites that you got in the chat, if you haven't already, so that people can connect with you. And for everybody that's listening, if you guys have any questions or concerns for Jasmine, make sure you guys post it in the chat. Real quick, I want to shout out Jenny, Jenny Jen, man. I want to shout out Lil Louis, man. That's my little brother, man. He's a whole star, man. If you guys follow our Instagram, you already know about him, Louis the model. And I actually want to shout out Brian Nixon that is actually looking for different buildings and different locations to actually do paint murals for the storefront. So um, I definitely want to make sure we connect and get him connected. And if you are artists that's listening, or any type of entertainer, make sure you guys connect with us so I can get you any type of consultation with Jen. Matter of fact, if I still have Jen on, do I still have Jen?
I'm here.
Hey, what's going on? So we got about 6 minutes, and really, because I know your schedule is so hectic. I really, because as soon as your name popped up, I got excited. But I wanted to at least give you about 15 minutes to talk, but we got about 5 minutes. But
Mhm.
I want to have everybody tap back in. It take about 2 seconds to hit that link to dial back in. And if you already been on our seminars, you already know how quick it is to dial back in. Because I really want to give you the floor, Jen, to talk about a little bit about what you do. And if you can, if you could take these 5 minutes to kind of give a little intro about, your brand and about all of the different things that you have going on. I know 5 minutes wouldn't even do you justice, but that's why I want people
Speed
to
through it.
really.
Uh,
That's why I really want people to dial back in. If it go out, we got exactly 5 minutes. So Jen, just give them a quick introduction about yourself.
okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Jen. I really don't like speaking about myself at all, but um,
I
so
know.
right. One of my artists, basically, I manage talent. I do that all year round. I also own a tax office, and I do that all year round as well. I run a homeschool organization. I sit on 3 different boards of directors for nonprofit organizations. Co-found mentoring program for young girls. I do quite a bit, but right now, just put in the chat about an artist that I work with, and his name is Brian Nixon, who's looking to do some street art, street murals on any storefronts. If you know somebody or you have a storefront, or even if it's interior, but he's specifically looking for something outdoors, just to put some nice art up, just whatever the concept is. He's pretty well known. I'll throw his IG in the chat. My son, Lewis the model, please follow him on Instagram. We had a busy day today. He actually just finished doing 2 table reads today for upcoming films. So he's a model and actor. If you need one, he's available.
Most
um,
definitely. Little
yeah,
star.
yeah. He's working hard. um I'm trying to think. There is literally so much. I do small business consulting, so I help startups. So if you need assistance with that, I do the bookkeeping and complete startup if you need it, and notary. um
I don't know. I'm trying to squeeze it all in.
I love it. I love it. So
normally I can help.
so what I want to do is, first of all, make sure you post your social medias, websites in this chat real quick. Take these last 2 minutes to do that. I want to give everybody this last 2 minutes to also post any questions or concerns that you guys may have for Jen. And then when we come back in, I actually have a few questions for you, and it's just going to be about 15 minutes of your time again, or everybody's time pretty much, because I actually have a couple things coming up. We got to get ready for this weekend. We got a couple pop-ups and a couple events. So real quick, because I really, really, really want to ask you and just really get your insight on a couple different things. So again, just take this last 2 minutes, you guys, to post any websites or social medias that you guys may have. Shout out to Felicia that just joined. She actually killed it. I think it was last week. We had a lot of great feedback from her seminar. So I actually want to touch bases with you again, to Felicia, as well. So
Definitely.
all right. So real quick, and this is like one of the most common questions that I really been asking a lot of different brands, especially at your level, because this is something that we all need to touch on, especially aspiring businesses and other people that's at your level that's on the call. What's some of the ways that you actually been adapting, in the last 3 months, especially by having so many different hats?
Oh man. Well, first off, Lewis was pretty much grounded. Like he had all kinds of gigs in LA over the last 3 months that had to be just canceled. And I don't even know when they're gonna revamp. But basically certain industries kind of took off while the others shut down. So it was some things that I couldn't do, like his acting. My other artists that are performers, their shows and stuff like that were canceled. Like we took a hard hit, but on other things, like with my tax office, we were pretty much okay, because the way that my office operates is pretty much mobile. So nothing really changed for me. All of my clients, they were already accustomed to, uploading paperwork, that type of thing, and having their stuff processed. It was no problem. So while other brick and mortars had to shut down, their customer base kind of flowed my way. So that worked out pretty well. I can't lie. It worked out pretty well.
Right.
And being the way that I am, once the SBA started opening up the PPP loans, pretty much my business clients, because I do personal and business taxes all year round. So my business clients were the first to reach out, and they were like, hey, I want to do this loan, but it looks kind of complicated. Can you look it over for me? And so just like as a request for somebody, I kind of got into pushing these loans through and applying for grants for people and stuff like that. So that took off quite well.
which is a huge service. So let's pause real
Man,
quick. Let's
and
pause
it
real
was
quick.
totally unexpected,
Let
but
me pause. Let me
it got
pause real quick. Let me
yeah.
pause real quick, because I have a lot of people that I'm actually about to plug you in real quick. So, as you heard, all my businesses, all my independent contractors, all of that, get with Jen, get with us. Make sure y'all set up your consultations. Let's make this happen, because it's real. I actually been helping businesses actually get like 10,000 at a time,
Yep.
6,000 at a time, 5,000 at a time, like multiple people. And I'm gonna try to see if I can get a couple of those people and a couple of those businesses on the next seminar next week, so we can actually just get them to talk about that, because a lot of people, including me in the beginning, I did not think it was real. I did not think it was real until we started doing more research and started actually, we all about action. And
Right.
you already know, it's definitely been going good for a lot of people, a lot of businesses. It's a perfect time to revamp your business and really get on your business. So definitely, if everybody could blow that chat up again, let's start a whole new chat. Post your websites, post your social media, especially Eugene, because they definitely gonna need your services on that. If
Okay.
you can, I just got one question. I don't want to give them too much. What's one of the top things that you can actually encourage businesses to do to prepare for this loan or grant?
It's I can't say it's necessarily prepared because you kind of already need to have a lot of this stuff already.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for your loan to be forgivable, it's like certain parameters that you have to fit. And so most of the small businesses that I operate with already meet the income and the employee levels or whatever. Is really just making sure that when you are awarded the funds, you actually spend them towards what they need to go
Yes,
towards.
yes,
Because otherwise, like there are a lot of scams happening right now
yes,
through
yes,
this program. So it's under a microscope. And
yes,
it's really bad. Like people are getting these loans and it's like millions and millions of dollars in theft.
amazing.
So yeah, it's you really have to be careful about what you're spending it on just to make sure you don't end up having to pay this money back. And so that's like the biggest thing. But having your financial documents in order to support whatever you are putting on this application is like critical. So
Mm.
if you are like most of them require that you have an income statement for at least 2019 and maybe your first quarter returns. If you don't have them, like I said, this is something you would already have because first quarter is closed and we're closing out second. So, normally you would already have this stuff, but if you don't have it, then you need to have it created because they are going to want to see those financial documents to make sure that what you're saying you're losing is accurate. Because
Ooh.
because of the pandemic, you're supposed to be taking this hard hit or whatever, or you can at least substantiate that this is the amount of money my business normally makes.
Yes.
So they want to look at something. Some of these grants don't really care, like Facebook's grant and Sam's Club, like their grants didn't really care. But
Square,
when you're going
square,
to, I'm sorry, say it again.
square.
Yeah, theirs didn't really care. But
Yeah.
when you go through the ones through SBA, they're more detailed.
Yes, yes.
So those are the only, kind of real preparations that you want to make. But like I said, it's something that you should have on hand anyway. But if you don't, then you need to have that because it's going to be important.
So
And
real quick,
being mindful of
uh,
the spending.
this is another question that I've been really having, another frequent question. What are the guidelines of actually applying multiple times? If you say for instance, if you're somebody like yourself who have multiple businesses,
Right.
how do you apply multiple times?
You have to send in different applications. Each business can only submit one application. So that's I don't know if it's a loophole or what, but that's how it is right now. Because I would think as an individual period, you should only be able to apply once, regardless of the amount of businesses you have, but it's not set up that way.
Well,
So
to be more
just
specific on my question,
okay.
say for instance, okay, you're an independent contractor on one end, on multiple ends, and then on the other end, you are a LLC or um, a LLC. Let's just keep it simple. Um,
Hmm.
and but your LLC is in a whole nother field. How do you then apply for? Because you may have employees on different fields.
Right. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. So like take me for instance, Locked Royalty definitely took a hit. And if I wanted to apply for a loan for it, I could apply for a loan for Locked Royalty. I could also apply for a loan for Premier Tax Service if I wanted to. They're two different businesses. So the application is on the business, not so much the person that's actually applying. So
Right.
to me, I think that's a loophole because it's the same person applying twice or multiple times for the same funding, but for different businesses. But it's totally fine for you to apply as long as you're applying for a different entity, a different
All right,
business.
so all right, let me make this question a little bit more specific.
Oh, I'm still missing it.
No, you're not missing it.
Okay.
You hitting in different areas that
Okay.
I'm loving. But to be more specific, all right, say for instance, if you are an independent contractor and you apply with your social security number, and then you apply, but then you have an LLC and you have an EIN, but then you have another independent contracting business under your social security. How would that work?
If you're an independent business, the only way or independent contractor for you to be able to get a loan for it under your social, basically you would have to fit the same parameters as a regular business. So you would still have to have, the employees, not more than 50, not make more than $1 million or whatever,
Right.
in revenue. Like you would still have to fit those parameters, but because it's something that's tied to the social instead of it being the business name, then that's gonna limit them because it's the same social.
Okay. Thank you. You hit that right on the now you hit it right on the
Okay.
head, because I've been having that
Okay.
question. I've been having that question a lot. I've been, and it's not a lot of people that can actually answer that question. So
Yeah,
I
no,
really
it's because it's set up in a way for you to only, each business can only apply for that specific funding once.
now, Jen,
Yes.
you're gonna get a lot of response from this seminar, because a lot of people gonna go crazy when they hear it. So I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. We gotta put something together as far as like the consultations. I know you're already doing your consultations, but it's gonna be a lot, because
I got you. I got you.
we just touched on something just so sensitive and so crucial right now. Because on
It
both
is.
ends, it's a lot of businesses out here that got all their stuff together, and they need to talk to somebody like you. And not only just talk to somebody like you, they need to go through somebody like you to and let you handle their situation and let you get them in a better position. Because, like I said, I've been helping, and we've been helping, like the whole platform, and helping a lot of different brands, a lot of different businesses, get those different loans and different grants. And
Yeah.
just by putting the information out there and confirming it, because like I said in the beginning, a lot of people didn't, believe that it was real. So it took for platforms like ours and people like me and you to be like, no, this is real. They
Yeah,
are giving out this
it's
money,
real funding. It's
and
real
you need,
funding.
yes, and you need to get on it ASAP. And
Yeah,
like you
Explain.
said
that's
before,
important.
you don't need to not only get on it, you need to also utilize this funding for the right purposes.
Yeah, that's really, really critical because I mean it's just a lot of people being caught up on the wrong thing, and it's unfortunately it's a lot of our people too. So I don't
Yeah,
really like that. So everybody that gets approved, I to them like, look, you need to pay for X, Y, and Z, only X,
yeah,
Y, and Z. Keep your
yes,
receipt
yes.
so we can submit it within 45 days, and that way your butt is covered. Because otherwise, you open the door for trouble, and that just ain't a headache that you want to have.
It's not definitely dealing with the federal government, which actually put
Absolutely
out.
not. Absolutely.
They actually just put out they just put together a team full of state for this issue, what you were just talking about for us. They
Yeah.
actually put together a special task force for this issue. So I definitely urge any legitimate business or any brand to take caution and only deal with professionals like Jen, or reliable resources like Exclusive Modelz Magazine to connect you with reliable resources. So I definitely appreciate you, Jen, for hopping on
Oh, no
and
problem.
giving that vital information. I really love you, man, for real. You already know. You
I know.
fam.
It's
Tell,
all love.
tell my little brother Louis. I said, "What's up?" I'm gonna see Atlanta getting a little active. So I got some stuff for him. So y'all gonna have to come down to Atlanta though.
I'm certain. I'm certain we gonna probably have to squeeze out down there. He got another role down in Orlando. next
Okay.
month. But yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Let me know about that too, because I want to be there actually, because we're gonna be in Florida next month.
Okay.
So let me know about that, because I want to be there
Ma'am,
supporting.
can I ask her a question?
Say that
Sure.
again?
May I ask a question? This is Lex Cam Design.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hi. I do have a question for you, Jenny. I wanted to know, now I've had an accountant for almost 30 years, and it's like the last 2 years, I'm like, I'm not getting nearly as much back, and your prices are going up, and you're saying that the legal not loopholes, but the I guess they're changing the laws and all this other stuff. How would I go? What would your suggestion be for me to uh and the criteria to kind of search around and look for a legitimate accountant?
Looking for a legitimate accountant. Now that's
Prepare. I
kind of
should say a
tricky
tax
because
preparer.
say it again.
I should say a tax preparer. I say accountant because it's almost the same thing, but a tax
Yeah.
preparer because it is a tricky thing, and I just wanted somebody else's suggestion that actually does it.
Okay. Yeah, I will say for sure it's definitely a tricky thing. And I'm one that is overly cautious. So I'm not a big fan of the big boxes because to me it's just too much trade-off of information in close proximity to other people that should know your information. So I think really it's kind of a personal thing. I always say the person that does your taxes, that's like a personal relationship between y'all. Which like myself, that's why I work so hard for my clients, like my business clients or whatnot, because I know their situation. So I think the fact that you've been with the person you're with for 30 years, like that's a wealth of information between between y'all. You know what I mean? That's a whole man. That's a deep relationship. But finding somebody that you feel you can trust, I think that's going to be a difficult thing in this particular industry because people kind of take like a 3-week class and become a preparer. So I think really just asking people how much experience they really have in it, to try to get a better feel for whether or not they're actually competent in what they're doing or if they've just been doing that for a while. Because doing it for a while doesn't make you competent, so or if they're just personable enough or willing to dedicate the amount of time that it takes to get to know your specific situation. So I think really you're going to have to personally fill out the person that you want to go to and really just ask them about their background and history with taxes and business taxes. Because I mean, that's what's important to you.
Is there some type of website or some type of referral literature to be able to look at the legitimacy of the new laws that they're claiming? Oh well, you couldn't write off this.
Always. Our laws come from the same place, and it's the IRS.
Okay.
We have seminars every quarter from the IRS. So not everybody takes them because they're optional, but there's always updates to tax code, always. And then when Trump came in, he made a lot of changes to tax code, which impacted a lot of people. But everything that has changed is on the IRS website. And I mean, literally everything.
Okay, thank you. I'll go ahead and look at that just to make sure that that the
what's being
changes
told
are
you is right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
I get you.
Yeah.
Definitely look it up. If you don't see it there, it has not happened. But everything is there. Every single change.
Gotcha.
I love it. I love it. I love it, man. I really appreciate you, man. You just like touched on so much important information. It's crazy. So real quick, I'm gonna give you guys another opportunity to pretty much join the conference. and pretty much go into the chat and blow the chat up, post your websites and your social medias. And again, if you got any questions or concerns for Jen, just make sure you post those as well so we can give you the floor. So we can make sure, we give you, because she just dropping so many, like, again, Jen, like, it's so, like, again, I got excited when your name popped up because I already knew how this was going to go. I didn't know all of this, though. I didn't know you was going to give me so much, but I really appreciate you for dropping all these jewels on us. And, again, if you guys got any questions or concerns for Jen, make sure you guys take this opportunity to take this advantage to, get the floor, because you might not get this chance again.
Where you welcome.
Real quick, do you have anything coming up? Or do Lil Louie got anything coming up?
Yeah, he's working on a film called Mama, and then he's also working on this project with a lot of big names called Ashbury Park. So those two are what he's currently working on, like filming, and the filming of it is like they are right on top of each other. So I don't know, this one's gonna take some work to make sure he doesn't mix his characters up, because they are like back to back to back.
Right. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Real quick, because you are a momager.
Right.
What's a real quick tip? And this is gonna be the last question for you. I swear. I promise you. What's a good tip that you can actually give other momagers?
The best tip is to be patient, because a lot of this work, in addition to you just gonna spend a lot of time sitting around, a lot of this work doesn't come very quickly. You may get like one job for every 20 submissions that you put in. Like, it just requires a thick skin and requires you to, right, if that, because nobody ever sees all of the no's. They only see the work. So to everybody, it's just like, oh my God, they're nonstop and keep working, but you have no idea how many no's in between there. So you kind of have to develop a thick skin about it. Definitely have to set a budget. Even if you decide you only want to stay local, a budget is necessary, and you have to be incredibly flexible with your time, because sometimes you may have to leave, like you may be bouncing between 2 and 3 locations. I know we've had a fashion show with Walk here one day and literally had to be at another fashion show in St. Louis by the next morning. So it's like you just have to be able to move, and I mean move quickly. So
can you speak on having a budget, setting the budget, maintaining the budget? All right. No. Don't even do that. Because I said, I promised you that the last question was gonna be my last question, and I'm not gonna do you like that. I love you. You know I love you, and
I know.
And we're gonna set it up. I'm gonna link with. I'm gonna follow up with you sometime next week. Get you down here to Atlanta. I got a couple opportunities for little bro, and we just gonna go from there. I actually got contacted by an agency that I work, a casting agency. One of the casting agencies that I work with down here as well. The other day, they confirmed that they're about to start casting again for a TV show. I don't wanna put out the name yet, because I'm actually still under contract with them from the last episode. But I think I can get you on that. But he have to get tested for COVID. You have to have something like on paper.
Okay.
As long as he got something on paper, he is good. They actually got a test. They got drive-through testings down here at selected CVS that CVS you can actually go to. CVS drive-through is actually doing drive-through COVID-19 tests. It's affordable. It's quick. And you can. It's legit. And yeah, they just need something on paper for liability.
Okay. No, I have to. I got to renew his work permit down there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably
So
not. Probably not for this. Probably not for what
not
I
for
got
that one.
planned. But yeah, you should do that.
Okay.
Yeah, do that. But that's not like a hold up or nothing like that. But yeah, definitely do that. But I think the COVID test is probably the biggest thing that you need to work. Your main priority. And
Yeah.
I can I can at least submit them, put them in the right place, at the right time right now.
Okay. No, that'll be dope. Sounds cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna follow up with you sometime next week and put it in motion. But I
Okay.
appreciate you for hopping on, man, for real, and sharing this information.
You're welcome. No biggie.
I know you don't like talking.
I
Anything else you want the people?
I don't.
Anything else you want the people to know?
No.
Okay.
No,
All
if
right.
you need some help, you can hit me on Facebook or Instagram.
And you posted that in the chat,
Between
right?
pages. Yeah, my Instagram is in the chat. My Facebook name is exactly as it is on here.
Okay. And say that for the people that's gonna be watching the recap.
Say what? Instagram is at SweetGN36. My Facebook name is Jenny GNGN.
Okay, cool.
So just
I really
shoot me a
appreciate
message there.
most definitely. And if you guys can't reach her busy schedule, you always can book her consultations through us and we'll make sure you guys get connected. Do I have Felicia on?
Hey, I'm here. How you doing?
I really, really, really appreciate you for hopping on and just being patient. And one thing I just want to say, I appreciate you for your session for last week because I got so much great feedback. What I sent you was just like the peak of it. What I had got today, like the latest, but I really think we needed that, and we needed that for the longest. We've been talking about, just being misinformed for the longest
Oh yeah.
about what's going on, and I think even the government and government officials that I know personally has been misinformed for the longest, and the only people that I've been able to get real information from has been people that's really in the field, like
I
yourself.
get it. Definitely, I understand.
So I got a lot of great feedback. So I had to have you on again, and I had to have a segment for you to um, number one, if you can give the people a little feedback about yourself, because I think your background is so interesting. You are, a gorgeous young lady.
Thank
You
you.
actually,
Aw,
you actually, yeah, you most definitely. You actually model. You've been doing your thing for a minute, and
yes.
you was actually recommended from a very reliable source. Shout out Co-Creation.
Yes, Miss Kenya. Love her. Definitely.
We've been rocking for a minute. That's one of our business partners, one of our members. For years. So uh, just from that, I really wasn't expecting, even your segment last week. I think, even I'm gonna admit that I underrated you.
People
Um,
usually do. They see me
that's
online
okay.
and then
That's
they
okay.
expect me to be,
Look, that's okay because
Bonita Applebaum
look.
and that's
This
it,
is this is exclusive Modelz Magazine Virtual Seminar. Exclusive Modelz Magazine been underrated since we first started, and we still is, even though we've been international. We international, and people still
Congratulations.
underrate us because what they see, perception. They see a lot
Yes.
of black faces, but I want to give you the floor for this last 10 minutes of the segment to just give a little background on what you do, where you're from, and just give some of the top tips, as far as health that you can actually give to the people, that will be relevant to the times today.
Gotcha, definitely. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. Again, my name is Felicia. You can follow me online. I'm mostly on Instagram at Choc Bonnie. That's CHOC_BONNIE, Choc Bonnie. I do plus size modeling, BBW modeling. We all have a past, a lot of things I cannot post, but I'm now trying to like transfer over into other things. I've also been in healthcare going on 13 years. I'm a nurse, healthcare director for a number of years. I'm originally a Georgia girl off that Florida, Georgia line area, a little town called Bainbridge. I am Haitian. I like saying that. I'm Jamaican and Haitian. Love that. But a little bit more about me right now. I'm working in healthcare, of course. I am a nurse. Have been dealing with a lot during this whole pandemic situation. As we discussed before, most of the things that have been, or how people have been misinformed about this, is that they're thinking this is a new virus. Nobody knew about this. Pretty much what it boils down to is that it's basically the swine flu, reincarnated into something more dangerous. Back in 2010, when the swine flu hit, that was COVID-10. So when it hit last year, 2019, it was COVID-19. It's the same situation. Right now, what we're dealing with is, since everything has opened back up over the last month or over the last couple of weeks, we're seeing that cases are now on the rise again. I can't give you quotes on other states, but here in Michigan, we have a little over 1,000 new cases, which is extremely scary. So I can just only imagine places who are, tourist attraction areas. I can just only imagine how bad it is. I feel, though, as people are not taking it as serious as they should, just because it's something that you cannot see or feel immediately, that doesn't mean it's something that you should just, brush past it. Still follow common sense health precautions. Wash your hands, cough into a napkin, not on your sleeve. That's what we're telling people these days. Instead of coughing into your arm, try to cough into a tissue so you can throw it away. People are coughing on the arms, and then you still got germs on your arms, and you're hugging and touching people, and you're still spreading germs. This is a hot season in summertime, so people sweating. We outdoors, we're touching each other, we're sweating, it's hot, so we know it's constant cross-contamination. That's another thing that we're dealing with. Another issue is that people are dealing with depression. I have been working in mental health with behavior modification for the last for maybe like the last 10 years. I deal a lot with people who are dealing with crises, mostly in psychiatric intervention settings, helping them kind of get their plans coordinated and get them, back where they need to be mentally. Going alongside with this whole pandemic is really bringing out a lot of mental disorders in people. Like I say, anxiety, depression. People are worried, and we having so much going on, and then we're seeing an uprise of people self-medicating. That is another thing. If you can find a way to cope in a healthy way, find something positive to do. If you like working out, work out. If you like reading books, try to find something new to read. Change your thought process. Start watching positive television. When I'm feeling down myself, I try to look at comedies. I'm real silly and goofy, so I'm a goofball. So when I'm feeling down, I don't like to stay down. I try to make myself laugh. Try to be self-motivated. If you don't have a circle of support, and just keep yourself, keep your energy good. Try to find ways to keep your energy good. You would be surprised how having
Most definitely.
positive energy will go
Yeah.
alongside with keeping you healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like when you worried and you stressed, that does
That's,
a lot to your immune system and breaks it down and make you sick. So if you can
that's a
keep
fact.
yourself happy, have fun, keep yourself youthful, you will actually, you living longer. You're doing more good than harm.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I really appreciate that. Real quick, take 2 minutes, to really talk about, some of the ways that you had to really adapt in these last 3 months. I know we talked about that last week, and I know it's kind of redundant, but
Oh my goodness. So yeah, it's definitely been oh goodness, it's been really hard for me adapting over the last few months because I am a healthcare worker. So I've been spending a lot of my time in basically seclusion, which is difficult within itself. So we're already dealing with a virus that keeps us, at arm's distance. And then basically coming home, I can't be around my family. I've been having to video chat with my children over the last few months instead of being around them, which is really terrible. I am a mom of two, little 5 and a 7-year-old. So it's been hard trying to parent and
right.
be that shoulder of support for your family. And you
Yes,
basically having to make a choice. Are you going to stay home and just only make sure your family's safe, or are you going to go out and make sure, go to work, get into healthcare, or are you going to make sure that everybody stays safe? And I really had to make that choice. And it's something difficult that I have to deal with often.
Right.
So like I say, working so closely with the virus, it's times where I'm at work literally 18, 19 hours a day. We don't have any relief. We are very short staffed in the hospital here. The healthcare field, like I said, we're going through situations where we're bidding for supplies. So that shows you how serious this situation is. You have hospitals that are running out of supplies. So that's been difficult. So like I said, I come home, I'm basically in seclusion. I have to find ways to keep myself positive and motivated, make sure my kids know mommy's still here. And I'm, and basically they're proud of me at this point, which I'm actually, it made me feel a little better. Like my 7-year-old had to give me a pep talk. She's like, "Mommy, you good? You saving lives." She had to give me a little girl by moment. So I was
that is
yeah,
super
but
dope.
she
That is
really had
super
to,
dope.
my 7-year-old had to get me together. Like, "No, mommy, you saving lives." And that made me, you could get out here and you do it again. So that was
Yeah.
something that was really beneficial to me. And it's been
Yeah.
making me put a little more things in, just clarity, what's more important. So
Every great thing in life in this world comes with sacrifice. I was
definitely.
actually, re-educating myself on, Malcolm X, because that's one of my,
Oh yeah.
I would love to say a mentor. If I knew him in person, I feel like I do because I've done so much research on him. But that's some of the things that I actually noticed about him. He had to sacrifice his children. I believe he had 3 little girls. He had to sacrifice plus a wife. So he
Right.
had to sacrifice so much, being on the road and, for long periods and times, and risking his life, every single day, getting, threats and getting his house
Exactly.
burned down and still going to, overseas to the holy Mecca and risking his life again in a sovereign country that if it was something that happened to him, America wouldn't have done anything, which they
Exactly.
wouldn't have done anything because he was black and because he was a threat, but they wouldn't have done anything because really, for real, it's nothing that they really can do for real because it's a sovereign country. And, it was so many sacrifices that he actually, took up. So I commend anyone who, the reason why I brought him up because I compare you to him in these times.
Thank
You
you. My
risking
God. Thank you.
you risking your life, and
Yes.
you also taking the time out right now at this moment to educate people as well. So anybody that's from our culture and that's just anybody, not even just from our culture, scratch that. Anybody that's willing to risk their lives for others, and that's willing to take up their time for others, is on the same pedestal as our great leaders, because that's what they did, and that's why they're great, and that's why they're still known to this day. So that's why I do these different things. That's why I do the virtual seminars. That's why we have the magazine. That's why we go on tour. That's why we do all of these. We do all of these different platforms to make sure that we are there 10, 20 years from now, 100 years from now.
Right.
We're documenting history right now. We are going to be the ones in history books. Mark my words.
Exactly.
So if you haven't already, post your social medias, post your websites,